It is that time,
Mm-hmm.
it is that time that you have to come and maybe reach out to the other people. You know, in our own culture, in those people who are in opposition, an enemy of the enemy is an enemy of the enemy is a friend.
Yeah.
So when you see Gachagua having been impeached, he joins the opposition ranked immediately. You don't have to ask questions because why is he? He's not in government. So why he? He's in opposition. And an opposition leader cannot start fighting with another person joining opposition. You welcome him. So first of all, the most important thing is that we welcome into opposition ranks. If it's tear gas, he will smell with us. If it is being chased around, he will also face it with us. And for us, we are ready to support him. So I'm Professor Fred Ogola. I'm one of the national conveners of Concerned Citizens Movement. I want to say that the action that has been done against the deputy president says a lot about the president, about the National Assembly, that's Parliament, about the Senate, and all other people who have been concerned about this impeachment and the mistreatment. In as much as he could have done whatever he did, what he said, what he didn't say, what he did, what he didn't do, but how they are treated says more about the person who is doing the treatment, less about the person being treated. It's our belief that there have been a lot of unfairness being done. Do you think they are doing this out of good intention? Do you think the intention of removing Rigathi Gachagua from office was out of good intention? It was done to support Kenyans who are suffering from high cost of living. Is the intention to revamp the economy after he goes? Is the intention to improve healthcare, education, create employment, reduce poverty, fight corruption, even if corruption was one of them? Are we fighting fraud, which was among the accusations? Are we fighting for independence of institutional bodies like judiciary, parliament, among other commissions? No, because if we are doing that, we should actually reinstate IBC. We could have seen parliament to act independently. So as far as concerned citizens, President William Ruto lost legitimacy. And he lost legitimacy. The first thing he lost legitimacy was that the president has not implemented any of his promises, which could be the reason that is causing the rift between him and his deputy, among other people in government. The president promised Kenyans heaven, but he's delivering hell. He gave us first the most illegitimate cabinet and incompetent. He gave us, secondly, a very illegitimate Finance Bill 2023, Finance Bill 2024. He gave us a legitimate budget. He passed quickly an illegitimate appropriation act or bill. And any dissenting opinion that came by, he changed the university funding model. He changed the finance model. He is now taking away the airport. Those are the hell I'm talking about. And any dissenting views has been met with serious abductions, killings, unlawful arrest, now even impeachment motions being passed. And I can tell you there's even a bill in parliament that want to extend the president's terms to avoid him from going through election in 2027 so that he keeps power. And by that, he wants to extend the power to governors, MCAs, senators, MPs, among all other elected leaders. All these are illegitimate. Why is this so much in a hurry? We know very well the president mocked God with the Bible in his hand, the Holy Bible, by promising things using the Holy Bible that he has not been able to do. So for us, we leave to God to punish that mocking of God using the Bible. The president made parliament illegitimate by passing diachronic bills, passed now illegitimate motion against the deputy president, and nomination of another one, whom we know very well that has not worked. I know people could be asking, Did the vote pass? Did they not get the number of votes they required? No. It doesn't matter how many votes were there in parliament voting for the impeachment of the deputy president or not. The process has not been followed. You cannot be saying you got 100% or 90% in an examination which you have actually cheated in. If you don't respect the process of that vote, the vote becomes invalid. Maraga taught us that when he nullified the election in 2017. You cannot have cheated in an exam, you have committed exam fraud, and then you continue quoting the grade you scored in an exam. So parliament, no matter how many votes you cast, if you didn't follow the process, you have not got those votes. Quit on a process, you quit on results. I also want to say that the president is not a leader. According to all we know, a leader gets what he wants last, or at least a leader eats last. If you are the head of a household as a father, you cannot eat before your wife and children eat, is when you start saying, have you guys eaten? So whatever the president did when he became office, now 2 years and some few months, whatever Kenyans were asking for him, he has not given them. Kenyans were hungry when he came in, they're still hungry. They were jobless, they're still jobless. They had bad education system, they wanted improvement, he has not done it. Healthcare. He has just worsened them instead of making them better. As he gets richer, Kenya gets poorer. As he gives his cronies jobs, Kenyans are more unemployed. So even when Gen Z went to the streets to look for employment, he has only employed his own political cronies. So what we are saying is that whatever the BT president has gone through, even if you say it is just what he wants first, why is there a hurry to remove him from there? Whatever Ruto wants, he does at supersonic speed. Like impeachment was supersonic. Nomination was supersonic. While pending bills, wait. Unemployment, wait. Joblessness, wait. Finance bill, of cost of living, wait. Education system, health system, wait. Everything is waiting. Even those who did offer services to government through pending bills, they are still waiting. But everything else has to move very fast. The hurry that he has, we do not know. You cannot be this fast and get everything right. And that's why we are saying we oppose the process which has been taken. We oppose what has happened. And our biggest concern is that the president is driving this country into a crisis. One of them by impeaching the deputy president. Why am I saying to say so? If education system is not working, the economy is not working, healthcare is not working, we have no IBC, we have no opposition. Airport has been taken control of. KQ is merging with KAA so that Adani can acquire. And now we do not have a deputy president. Those are crisis after crisis. So there are so many crises. So we are not happy with all this that is happening. So what's my recommendation? My recommendation is that we need to divide this country now. Time has come to divide this country. But let us not divide this country between the rich and the poor. Because if we accept we are poor and they are rich, our strategy is to kneel before them, beg them, and ask them for support, which is wrong. We know very well we are not poor because Kenya has a budget of 4.2 trillion. Kenya is a middle-income economy according to economic ranking. Kenya has talented, gifted, industrious, hardworking people, knowledgeable, intelligent people, and we cannot be poor. So poverty in Kenya is man-made. Now we can say poverty in Kenya is Ruto-made because he came to Kenya as the president saying he's going to transform the economy and he's taking us back to poverty. He's driving the economy using the reverse gear. While if anybody talks, you are beaten, you are impeached, you are thrown out of office, everyone has been sacked, even me here. Everybody who is talking here, you are being replaced by people who should say yes. And now he has gotten a nominated deputy president who is a yes man, whom anything they do like a dog, you throw a bone, they run after it. So that is not how we are going to accept. So let us divide Kenya into wenye kuiba, wenye wanatuibia. Ndio maana sisi ni maskini. Na sisi wenye wanaibiwa. So I'm asking, sisi wenye wanaibiwa, tuungane pamoja, tutoe hao watu ambao wanatuibia. And we are not going to waste time because we are going to start talking about the next wave of Gen Z evolution. The first wave is survived, just like COVID. Some people also survived. So there will be the third wave. The second wave has begun and is the one who has pressed the button by this useless impeachment and funny bills in parliament. So we must be able to unite together and decide that it is us versus them. Them wenye wanatuibia, us wenye wanaibiwa. So I'll ask Kenyans, mnataka one of us or one of them? One of them, those who are stealing. One of us wenye wanaibiwa. Tukiungana and bring one of us to lead us out of this crisis, we shall get it done. And I want to take this time to wish the Deputy President good health. I want to wish him quick recovery. I want to tell him to take heart. Even if your sins are as red as Stalin, I can tell you that they'll be forgiven. But all to the people who do not want to forgive and fight. None of us is clean. None of us is an angel. None of us is clean anyway. But I want to wish him well. Take heart. You still have a chance to reform yourself with God and the people of Kenya. Or to them who think that they are right and they can't ask for forgiveness. Because if you know that you are wrong, that's when you start reforming. And these people are very wrong. If it's stealing, they have stolen more than you. They talk about 5.2 billion. The president has stolen 2.8 trillion. And we have those figures confirmed. If you look at all the people replacing you, they have stolen more than you. So don't be worried. Just be strong. The only thing is that before it is too late, it's easy to reform. And actually, I will take this chance to welcome you into the ranks of opposition. Join us. Aluta continua. Thank you.
Bwana Professor, probably just a question.
Yes.
Umesema you want us to divide the country between us and them.
Yes.
And by your reference, by saying us, ni maskini na them ni matajiri. So are you insinuating that matajiri ni wezi?
No, nimesema hakuna tofauti ya kusema maskini na tajiri. Nimesema kuna watu wenye wanaiba. Some people who are rich.
Okay.
If you go to James Mwangi with Equity Bank, we can understand why he owns what he owns, isn't it? But these people, William Ruto, who is worth 2.8 trillion, which company do you know gets a revenue where the net profit can be 2.8 trillion? You know, for you, do you know how much revenue do you need to rake out to be able to have a profit of 2.8 trillion? It should be in hundreds of trillions of revenue. And do you know any company who has hundreds of trillions of revenue? None. The only country that has that is Kenya, which they are stealing. So, tuko na wale ambao wanatuibia, na sisi wale ambao wanaibiwa. Ndio maana nimesema is us versus them. So, if one of us takes over and chases away those who are stealing, which is many of them, then we transform the country. Hakuna maskini versus tajiri. Tulidanganyika. If you go, Kenya is rated as a middle-income economy. In middle-income economy, everyone should be able to afford to drive a car and live in a decent house. But if you walk here in Mukuru kwa Njenga, you go to Kibra, you go to Mathare, you go to Kangemi, you go everywhere, you find the poverty is too much. People are just eating sand. Some of them are eating fruits. While somebody has taken 2.8 trillion outside the country. So, wenye wanatuibia ndio maana hatuna. Na sisi wenye wanaibiwa ndio tunafaa tuungane pamoja. Tuseme them and us, nani wachache? Because 2% of Kenyans own 98% of Kenya. Leaving 98% of Kenyans fighting over 2% of Kenya. So maskini ni wale ambao wako 98% fighting over 2%. Na wale ambao ni 2%, they have 98% to share. So have you seen sharing? Broad-based government, that's sharing. Are you in the broad-based government? Wao ndio wale wanatuibia. Because there's no opposition. You could have said government versus opposition. No. Now it's wale wanaiba na sisi ambao wanaibiwa. Na wenye wanaiba ni wachache sana. Ni tu wako na kelele mingi, wanaonekana everywhere. They have access to the media. they have money to move around. Sasa wenye wanaiba ni wachache, but they are noisy, lakini wenye wanaibiwa ni wengi, lakini hawana sauti. So that is the division in Kenya 2027. Farasi zitakuwa mbili, ile imebeba wenye wanaiba na wenye wanaibiwa, na farasi ambao inabeba wenye wanaibiwa wakishinda, ndivyo hivyo tutabandua wale ambao wanatuibia na tutapata suluhisho. Kuna maskini na tajiri.
Na tukimwangalia Bwana Gachagua amekuwa kwa serikali na tuhuma moja ni kwamba pia ameiba, is alleged in corruption, ndio maana wanamuimpeach. So does it mean kwa sababu amekuwa impeached ama ametoka katika serikali, amekuja huu upande mwingine mnamkaribisha? So
sisi kazi yetu ni kukaribisha mtu. Mimi kama binadamu siwezi sema wengine wako na dhambi hawezi kuja karibu na mimi. Mbona Yesu akaenda akatoa wenye walikuwa na makosa, kuwapatia nafasi ya kureform? Nikamwambia baada ako na nafasi aongee na Mungu wake, kwa sababu yeye na Mungu wanajua. Hiyo ni kazi yao wawili, huwezi ingilia. Alafu ya pili, anaweza rudi kwa wananchi aseme mimi nilifanya hivi, sasa nimerudi, sivyo? Hata Saul kwa Biblia alibadilika akawa Paul. Sasa inaweza kuwa pengine wakati huu penye amekuwa impeach, he can reflect upon himself, aseme sasa anakuwa Saulo. Lakini ukiangalia hiyo impeachment ya Gachagua, you know, fraud and corruption is a criminal offense. Parliament and Senate is not a court to try people on corruption. Wangepeleka deputy president kotini, sivyo? Alafu angekuwa tried na judges. After that, then you can bring the court has ruled umeiba, so get impeached. Unanisikia? Criminal activities cannot be done. Impeachment is a political process. So what they have done to Gachagua is political, pure political. Those MPs who are voting, you could see a pattern. You could see UDA and ODM has interest in dividing the spoils of Gachagua. So you could see the pattern in UDA. You could see the pattern in Wiper. You could see the pattern, the shareholders in the government. Now ODM has more shares now. You could see the shareholding pattern of voting. Even the shareholding thing, Senate signed. Senate Speaker signed. National Assembly Speaker signed. The President signed. He didn't sign. He's being tried on shareholding. So what I'm trying to say, hakuna dhambi kubwa kuliko ingine. Na wenye wanampeach hapo wako na dhambi. Ukiangalia Wetangula, we have history, sivyo? Someone who sold a Kenyan embassy is impeaching somebody. Bana, where are we going? And the Prime Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, who stole cemetery land, is now being elevated. No, so this is just a joke of the century. Ndio maana nimesema mimi mwenye atamua kata wale wanatuibia na wenye wanatuibia ni kotini. Kwa sababu people should be taken to court. Even me, if I have a thing, take me to court. Why don't they impeach me? So those are political exercises. We know that for us, we are going to form farasi ambao wanaibiwa. Hiyo farasi watakuwa na kile wanasema a sieve, will sieve out between wenye wameiba na wenye wameibiwa. Kuna watu wengi wamekuja kwetu sisi kusema tunataka kuungana na sisi, nasema no. Go clear your name. Even Jesus said, before you give your gift in the altar, go and make peace with your brother. So that peace means kama uliiba regesha.
So are you in the process of registering a political vehicle?
We have political vehicles. I belong to a collective that has 68 civil society organizations, political parties, CBOs. It's 68. It's well known. So what we know, we are not keeping quiet because this battle must be won. And I can tell you, we are going to win it. My only worry is that the president does not want an election because he knows we are going to beat him. That's why he wants to amend the constitution to move seamlessly from his 5 to the next 7. You get me? So that the next election can only be in 2034. How can we stay with William Ruto until 2034? You just tell me how. Because if William Ruto was your CEO, running your company, with the theft that is taking place, with the injustice, will you keep him there for 7 years? And in fact, we are going to the streets to reject the bill they are bringing in Parliament about amending the constitution to extend the terms of president. Imagine if your governor will be added 7 years the way they are doing, stealing money. All your governors will be added 7 years without going through election. If it was that we are going to elect them knowing it is 5 years, it's fine. But now they want to move that after 2027, there is no election, they pick up 7 years and run for 7 years is when the election takes place after 7 years. Are we taking that? Look at how we have lost money, corruption. We have lost how many government assets. Then we want to move. So I'm saying we have to oppose William Ruto. And I can tell you, if he thinks that he's so powerful, we have seen powerful leaders. He cannot be powerful more than Mugabe. He cannot be powerful more than Loro Kabila. And those people went down. His time will go down. Loro Kabila was shot by his own bodyguard. Long live those bodyguards. And I think some of them will come to Kenya.
So finally, probably issue yote. What if it's a diversion to the Adani deals and whatever that is happening?
I want to tell Kenyans, don't buy that idea. Every deal Ruto is making is part of the plan. He said, I have a plan. When William Ruto told us I have a plan, we didn't ask. But this is the plan. This plan is there. Adani is Adani. Do you think Kenyans, why don't we divide ourselves? Some Kenyans follow Adani. Some follow impeachment. We are not involved. This is their thing, isn't it? Why be involved? We are not concerned about it. Let them do it. We are going to concern about Adani. We are going to talk about the bill to amend the constitution to extend it. We are going to work on the issue of corruption, and we have been doing it, and we do it every day. So there's no distraction. Secondly, the talk that has been introduced that Adani began in 1996, Kenyans, don't be deceived. You want to tell me Moi is the one who began the Adani deal? It is NIS that is now infiltrating information which are false to distract you. The Ruto is not the architect of Adani. He is the one. They met on 3rd of December 2023 in India, chaired by the Minister for Fertilizer and Chemicals, a meeting organized by Adil Kawaja, Ruto's personal lawyer, who is the chairman of Safaricom. And that's when the Adani was brought in the deal, and they created companies in UAE, run by Adil Kawaja. Denton, HHM, those companies, where his son does internship. His son did internship in HHM. Now he's working there. Why is his son working in a farm connected to Adani? You know, these are things you don't cheat people. So Kenyans, don't buy NIS ideas telling you Adani began in 1996 so that Moi, who is on the grave, should be blamed. No. Adani is his. Those proposals being sent, expression of interest being sent in Treasury, are they in 1996? I don't think Moi even knew about Adani. So let's be honest that we are not going to be distracted. Don't say, once you say, are we being distracted? No, they are trying to give you a narrative so that you buy their narrative, so that you think, oh, Gachagua is not the issue. No, they don't want him. Well, how have they been able to impeach him with that super speed if they want to distract us? Then impeachment could have taken like 6 months, isn't it? It's been with the super speed because they want to bring yes men to steal without anybody groaning, isn't it? Yeah. And also to pass bills which no one is going to tell. No, you reveal message from the cabinet. If the cabinet, we elect leaders to represent us up to the cabinet. Why are they having secreted meetings in the cabinet which are destroying us? If you plan in the cabinet to kill all Kenyans, so everyone should keep quiet about what happened in the cabinet because you have an author as deputy president. No. So according to me, don't buy this idea. We are 53 million. William Ruto is one person. How can't we not oversight him? So he is a superhuman being. One person who cannot be supervised by 58 million. So according to me, we are even having a bill on how to amend the constitution to allow Kenyans to recall the president directly and deputy president directly without passing through parliament. And that is when now Kufa driver, Kufa Makanga, will be done by Kenyans, not by parliament.
Then what will be the role of our parliamentarians and senators? Maybe.
See, I told you parliament is legitimate already.
Yes.
When Gen Zs entered parliament on 23rd of June, according to us, if you see their action, those people don't exist. How do you impeach somebody who is on a deathbed? You hear me? Let me tell you, my brother, Even in football, I'm a footballer. When a player falls down, you don't give a yellow card. As a referee, you are not allowed. Parliament should be a referee. You give a red card to somebody when he's lying down. In fact, if you fall down, if you're a player, I can tell you, if you don't want to get a red card, just lie down there, leave on scratches, and go out. No red card for you. Because you cannot be given a red card when you are down. The truth says, when a brother is down, don't fight. Even in boxing, kickboxing, where are they learning their rules from? What is the hurry? Why don't he hurry to fix other things that he's not fixing, but this one had to be done now? Gachagua is not my friend. I've never met him. There's nothing I have with him for a deal, but he's a Kenyan. The fact that he's a Kenyan, was born by a mother, he has a father, he has brothers and sisters, he has children. They feel the same way I would feel if they treat me like that. Whatever he did, that is between him and court and God, because these people have no powers to know what happened between him and the money he stole. So let's start with those people in parliament. You had to throw the first stone. Is there any parliamentarian there who can throw a stone? Can William Ruto throw a stone at Gachagua? The most corrupt leader in history, whose main aim is to own the whole country. All sectors he has invested. Is there a bigger thief than him? They said he had 25 companies. How many companies does William Ruto have? There are 156. So someone who has 156 companies prosecuting someone who has 25. My brother, let's not cheat ourselves. Sawa?
Thank you, brother.
So what's going